Nerdy Misfit Rewind, if you may.
A rewind, which is on everything nowadays.
Exactly.
TNMP, the Nerdy Misfit Podcast, with your hosts, Connor O'Neill and Matthew Hughes.
Happy New Year!
What's that from? Happy New Year. Do you know what that's from?
That sounds familiar, but I'm not gonna.
From the old school Frosty.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, I would
Animation.
not have gotten that one.
Okay. All right.
Well, Happy New Year's Eve.
If you
or
understood
Happy New
that
Year's.
reference, then you're a real one. All right, yeah. But Happy New Year's Eve to all of you out there if you're watching the day of. And if you are, you're a real one.
It's true.
If you are not, you're probably watching it after, in which case, Happy New Year's to you. Hope you had a very lovely night. It was responsible. You know, you
Did you drive safe?
got home safe or stayed where you were and
Cheers to that.
Had a lovely morning.
Exactly. But Connor, this is the last Wednesday of the year. This is not anime.
Last of the year.
The last Wednesday. Literally the last Wednesday of 2025.
The last day, even. Crazy.
The last day. The last Wednesday.
The way it
last
worked
day.
out. We've had two good, because last year when we released one on the Christmas and then released one on New Year's Day.
Yep.
So both of these years, this year and last year, both ended up on pretty cool cycles for the Wednesdays. Anyways, yeah. So this is not the anime of the month. That was actually last week. Sorry for that confusion.
Go check it out. Come back.
Yeah. If you're new around here, this is usually the last week of every month would be our anime of the month episode where we watch an anime and discuss it at the end of the month.
Yeah.
You'll have to tune in next month to catch up on that series, which we'll be watching
Overlord.
So
Yes.
if you're into that, join our Discord. Link will be down in the description. While you're there, may as well hit that subscribe button. Most of you who watch are not subscribed. Let's hit 1,000 subscribers for 2026.
That's the plan, baby.
Let's get it done. So if you're not, subscribe, hit the bell, hit the like button, comment.
The whole shebang.
Something.
Do everything.
Tell us your New Year's resolution down below.
That's a good one.
In the comment section. If you're listening to us, we appreciate you. We're sorry we forget, and sometimes we don't do very good with our visuals because, well, we're in person. So it's, you know, it's sometimes we don't do a good job of being like, this is what we're doing with our hands and face
and stuff. Yeah.
But anyways,
that'll be another goal for 2026.
yeah, we'll be better for you.
Be better.
On
As Connor points
whatever.
to the screen.
I will improve. But yeah, if you're listening on any of those podcasting apps, please drop a follow, drop a review. It helps us out a ton. Now, what are we going to talk about today? You may be asking.
Today's episode is going to be a Nerdy Misfit Rewind, if you may.
A rewind, which is on everything nowadays.
Exactly. Your recap, your rewind, your tops, whatever, top listen, top reading, whatever. My anime list is even doing it this year.
Oh, are they?
Yeah, I saw at the top of the banner, it's like, do your thing before wrap up. And I was like, okay.
Last year, Crunchyroll did it for the first time, and it was so bad.
Terrible.
I don't know what they were using to get that information. But
Curious how that's going to look this year.
So off that Matt and myself actually made a spreadsheet to keep track of our own stats, so we knew for sure what we actually watched.
And yeah, anyways, today's episode we'll be going through our favorite books, shows, movies, podcast episodes, some games, anything else.
Maybe with a couple guests.
We'll find out. Yeah, we just wanted to do a little rewind to say how epic 2025 was as like a small preview into some things that we'll be doing for next year. It's a lot.
There's a lot going on, but yeah, I want to preface this by also saying this is also things we watched and maybe read, because maybe some of us started reading. Congrats, Matt.
Oh, yes, me. Sorry, yes.
And so it's not just things that came out in 2025, but things we experienced in 2025.
Yes. Not all the movies or anime that we are on our lists, at least for me, did come out this year.
It was just something that you finally got around to watching, reading, etc. So if you want to comment down below, maybe some of your favorite things that you read, watched, listened. Hopefully it was this podcast.
Hopefully we're in your top 5.
But yeah, drop them down in the comment section below. And without further ado, shall we dive right in?
Yeah, where do you want to start, Connor?
I guess let's start with just the podcast.
The podcast. Yes. Okay.
So we did, give or take, 52 episodes.
Yeah, give or take. Well, technically 52 episodes. So honestly, podcast episodes, it was hard to narrow down because I think we had a lot of fun episodes this year.
Honestly, when I was looking back, I was like, wow. Even some of like the more you would classify maybe as simple, like review episodes.
Yeah.
But they were it was so enjoyable to watch said thing, and then
Just chat
the
about
discussion was so good. I think back to like Superman,
Yeah.
and
Thunderbolts.
They were
Daredevil Born Again.
they were just such good content, and then there was so much to talk about with them.
Yeah.
So if you haven't already, make sure to check out all these episodes because these are going to be Connor and Matt's top 5 potential honorable mentions.
Yep.
Episodes for the Nerdy Misfit podcast of 2025.
Yes. I'll start with my honorable mention.
Yeah, go
That's
ahead.
Thunderbolts episode.
Yeah.
I thought it was
You
a lot
love
of
the
fun.
Thunderbolts.
I thought it was a great film.
Yeah.
I enjoyed talking about it. It was a thing that I theorized when they were going to do like the Dark Avengers, and it was good to see some payoff for these characters that were hit and miss for a lot of people.
I agree. It was a good episode.
Do you have an honorable mention?
My honorable mention is the 20 greatest anime ever article that we broke down with Gray.
Nice.
Matt found a random list that was totally questionable on a lot of levels.
Yep.
And it was just super fun to go through. Obviously, we had a lot of good laughs. Always fun to have Gray on, too, to
Agreed.
see his opinion on some of the wild takes within, especially with anime getting so popular.
Yeah, I agree.
You start to see a lot more of these crazy lists. But yeah, on to my number 5. This is my top 5. Number 5 is breakfast tier list.
Ah, yes. I love the tier lists we do.
I
They're
love when
so
we just,
random.
No, I love the tier list when it's not even nerd related.
Yeah.
I do like a good tier list every now and then. I think that they spark a lot of easy conversation because I don't know if you know this, but we go on tangents sometimes.
We do.
And tier lists are just such an easy way to start a tangent because you're like, oh, I'm putting this in C. And you're like, wait a second.
Hold up.
Why is this in C? And then you discuss it for like 8 minutes or 10 minutes. And you're like, hello, we have 15 different things.
Yeah,
that
hurry
someone-
up. Yeah.
So breakfast, one of my favorite meals, even
Yep.
though I'm not often awake for breakfast. If I didn't have to wake up for work, I would not be
Breakfast would
awake
not
for
be a thing.
breakfast.
That's so fair.
I would still have breakfast though at lunch.
Yeah. It'd be brunch.
But
you know.
yeah, I do love breakfast, so that was a fun episode.
Nice. Number 5 for me is the 20 greatest anime of the
Nice.
last 25 years. Like you said, it was such a fun episode because that tier list was trash.
Oh, it was
Plain
bad.
and simple.
It was so
it was
bad.
so bad. But it was fun to do it. My 4th pick is the 3-year anniversary of the Nerdy Misfits. It was
Nice.
something new we did. We did a live, 3-hour episode
Yeah,
almost.
it was a long one.
We tried some different tier lists we did really quickly. We tried some nerd wordles basically. It was a lot of fun and it was something different. And we did a photo shoot that helped showcase the Nerdy Misfit
Yep,
as well for
which
3
was
year.
fun.
So it was really cool. It was something new and I like that we're able to still switch it up and try
Hopefully
some
we
new
can do
things.
another live episode in the future. Let us know
Yeah.
if you want to see that.
Yes.
My number 4 is, I'm going to preface this by putting both, but obviously the whole year is the biggest one, which is the full year manga sales.
Nice.
But with that, I'm also going to say the half year manga sales because I just find that those episodes are super fun just to track since we've been doing it now for 2 years.
Full years now, yeah.
technically. It's just really interesting because sometimes we predict and we're way off
Yeah.
because you just can't. It's amazing how the level of anime quality, or you don't really know even if something's going to resonate well with some the fans,
Yeah.
and how much of an impact that truly has on manga sales and how fast it can have an impact is the other thing. But they're super fun to go through. Also, it's very interesting to see why are these numbers so high during this year, but then this year they're maybe
Drops
a little
drastically.
lower. And super fun, super enjoyable to see. And it's not just Shonen Jump, which is the best part, obviously. You
Yeah,
get to see
exactly.
everything, and obviously it's only Japanese sales. I would love to see worldwide sales at some point. But yeah, I think that those episodes are super fun to do. Also nice to have Gray on for those as well.
Yep. What's your 3rd pick?
Third pick is the Anime Tourist episode.
Ah, nice. Okay.
So this episode we covered a lot of the drama,
yeah.
but I felt we did it in a very
Targeted way.
non-targeted clickbaity shitting on people kind of way.
Yeah.
I thought we handled it very mature.
Mhm.
And we just kind of discussed the idea of, you don't have to be hypercritical of everyone. You don't have to be super defensive of the fandom you're in.
Yep.
Sometimes maybe people just need a little bit of a, because the issue is people trying to gain fame, if you will, off of something that's currently popular. But that doesn't mean they're not a fan, and just because they don't know as much as someone else doesn't make them not a fan. And especially when it came to this episode, it heavily focused on the anime men. Yes, the anime men who posted a not so great video. But then they did such a great job of putting out like their apology, which was just fantastic, just really well done.
Yeah.
And we tipped our hats to them for that. It was a really great way of handling the situation. But it also turned into much more of a grander topic, which is, I think, our goal right when we were writing our prep sheet about it was not to really dial in on them, but to talk about this whole attacking people for being anime tourists as a whole. And I thought we did a really good job.
I agree. Moving into my top 3, my number 3 spot, and you've kind of mentioned already, is tier list. I put the condiment tier list.
Ah, you really like the condiment tier
I
list.
thought that was so random and out of our wheelhouse in a fun way, and it was interesting because like we both have like we enjoy cooking at home.
Yep.
So like that was a big factor of like, oh, this is a good cooking ingredient, but as a condiment, no bueno.
You say that on a day where I went ham on cooking.
You really did. I mean, 'tis the season.
It's true.
So the condiment episode was pretty fun. If you guys like condiments or curious on what condiments we think are trash
We're gonna have to
versus
find a
good.
different food episode for next year then.
Yeah, we're gonna have to, or we could redo the candy episode.
No.
We're not redoing the Lindt chocolate. I know that
Desserts.
one. Desserts, ice cream flavors.
I have a sweet tooth.
That's true. And number 2 in spot was anime remake episode. I really like that one. I love going through animes that we've both seen and being like, man, could you imagine if this studio did this one? Like, obviously, the biggest one I always remember is Record Ragnarok, if that was done by Ufotable.
Which the new season is out. Have you checked it out?
I've watched a couple episodes. It is less slideshowy, which is great. A little bit more CGI because it's less slideshowy.
But they're moving.
And I'll take it as a win. I'll be honest with you.
That's a sad win.
Yeah.
Hilariously, my number 1 is anime remakes.
Oh, no way.
I really enjoyed the episode. It was just super fun to
What's your
look
number
back.
2?
No. We'll talk about anime remakes, then we'll go to my 2. Really fun to look back at shows we both maybe enjoyed and just want to see a remake.
Yeah.
And that was probably the hardest part of making the list was shows I really like and just want to see modernized versus shows that deserve their story to be told properly.
Exactly.
Right?
100%.
You think of The Promised Neverland. Obviously, I love that series. I love the manga.
Phenomenal.
But that definitely deserves more of this anime should be properly told.
Exactly.
Compared to my love of Naruto and just having that modernized.
Yep.
And get rid of the filler and just be more up to date. The other thing was, hilariously, Yona of the Dawn, which just ended recently. The last chapter came out.
Yep, I saw that.
Recently. Announced that it's going to have a season 2. Which was on the list. Spoiler for that episode if you're going to check it out. But Yona of the Dawn was one of my top picks for getting a new anime. Now, I don't know what studio's doing it, but
hey,
that's crazy. They must have watched the Nerdy Misfit podcast.
They're like, yes, these guys know what they're talking about.
But yeah, my number 2 is the GOAT of manga.
The Oda Focus episode. Great. Phenomenal.
Just one of literally the GOATs of manga.
Yep.
And getting to do the research on some of his story in general, obviously getting to see where he came from, who he assisted for, etc. But then also reading his earlier works. And then obviously we are both big One Piece fans.
Exactly.
And it was just a really fun episode to both do the research for, but also discuss.
Agreed.
So that's my number 2. What's your number 1, Matt?
It was in your list, actually.
Breakfast?
My top episode was The Anime Tourist.
Oh, you really like The Anime Tourist?
I really liked that episode, and it just it helped me like retrack on like how much I enjoy anime and like different fandoms in it. It's just the reality of like at the end of the day, you like what you like.
Yeah.
You know, you can't care about what other people like. We all have trash hobbies. If you're listening to the podcast, you got a trash hobby, but it's your hobby, and if you enjoy it, then you enjoy it, and that's chill. You know, and I think when it comes to our community here on the podcast, we enjoy hearing what people like, what they don't like. You know, that's kind of one of the core things that we do is
we try to be welcoming to everything.
Exactly. You know?
Yeah, I think we definitely see, for some reason in this day and age, you can't be a fan of or be even considered a fan of something if you're not just a diehard.
Yep.
Right? And we really are against a lot of gatekeeping because we feel like fandoms become better. anime has become mainstream because so many people are starting to watch it, and it only helps the industry, right? Like now we're seeing these crazy theatrical movies for anime that we never would have gotten in the past if it wasn't as big as it has become.
Definitely.
And yeah, okay, there are definitely the takes where people are maybe not doing a lot of research or saying things that are facts that are not with poor research. And as long as people call that out for what it is and people right those wrongs, especially when it comes to the anime content community or whatever fandom, then I don't see the problem with it. And just because your opinion might not line up with someone else doesn't mean either person's wrong. It just is an opinion.
That's just how it is, yeah.
The whole point of the Nerd Misfit podcast was just to have discussion, me and Matt hang out, talk, as well as hopefully create a community where we can also discuss
people are safe to do
with people. And that's why we have the Discord where people can post their opinions, what shows they're watching. We have started watching shows because of things you guys recommend.
Yep.
So it's at the end of the day, we just like the community and being able to discuss stuff
100%.
and not attack people just because you don't agree, just because you like mustard and we don't like mustard.
Yeah. Weirdos.
You know?
I'll judge you a little bit. You know, it's fine. Moving on, let's jump to anime here quick. Top 5 anime of what we watched this season.
This was so hard.
This was very difficult to get it into like a breakdown.
So first, for starters, I have 10 because I could not. So I'll just. Do you have 5?
I have 6, so
6.
I have an honorable mention.
I'll do my 5 honorable mentions, and we'll get to your honorable mention, and then we'll go through the top 5. So I have My Hero Academia final season. Doesn't crack my top 5, but chef, tip of the hat. I'm not wearing my baseball hat. I know this is so weird. I'm wearing a winter toque.
A toque.
What do Americans call a toque?
A winter hat.
Is that what they call it?
I don't know.
I don't know either. Let us know in the comment section down below. What is it? What if you're American? Please let me know
what is Connor wearing.
What is this? It's not a toque.
It's pom-pom hat.
I don't know what it's called.
Anyways.
It's on the tip of my tongue, but I forgot. But a tip of the old hat to Studio Bones for just...
Bones Film.
For Studio Bones for doing just an exceptional job on My Hero as a whole. It was a good run. It was a good run, and they finished it out with a bang. Orb on the Movements of Earth. It's a Netflix jailed one, so if you don't have Netflix, maybe you haven't seen it. Was just... Wow, it was something. Sometimes it got a little boring, which is why I didn't make my top 5. But it was a moving story. Dangers in My Heart I watched this year. It was weird. I thought it was going to be really weird at first. Turned out to be just an absolutely amazing romance story. Highly recommend. Soul Leveling Season 2. Doesn't crack my top 5, but I mean, it's hard to argue that it wasn't just hype.
Yeah.
It was all hype. It was all gas. Super fun to watch. I don't think it is the greatest story, and I don't think it has the greatest main character. I know. Controversial take.
Welcome back to Connor's Hot Takes here.
But I can't not mention it. It was just, I mean, people love it. It's another taking the world by storm level anime, and it was super fun to watch. To Be Hero X is my big honorable mention that did not crack the top 5. Mostly due to, I think, maybe just a tad weaker in the story department.
Okay.
But overall, I loved the use of all the different styles of animation. I loved the risk of something different.
Yeah.
We haven't seen before. We've definitely seen CGI and 2D animation in the same story, but not told in a way that it's on purpose. There's straight up a reason for it.
Exactly.
And I thought it was so well done. The fight scenes were awesome. And I really liked getting all the stories of all the different heroes, and then how they all end up lining up to like the same point.
Well done.
It was so well done.
Wise. Yeah.
Tip of the cap to that. What is your honorable mention?
My honorable mention is the final season of My Hero. I think Bones killed it. They loved it. It was a good send-off.
Very good send-off.
And they did it well. And it was very well animated. The fight scenes were incredible.
Better than reading the final arc.
Yes, I would 100% agree. My Hero may be one of the animes that I would say watch the anime, don't read the manga.
No, I wouldn't say I would go that far.
Okay, well, let me phrase that. You can enjoy the manga.
You have to
the manga's great.
We were reading it weekly.
But that is a factor.
I feel like if you were to read the final arc now as a whole thing,
might be a little
nowhere
bit less.
near is the same. But when you're reading it weekly, it was painful at times.
Yeah, I agree. Let's go into my 5th pick here quick without spoiling. I don't want to spoil the animes for this.
Okay, yeah, we won't
spoiler
spoil
free.
them.
Yeah. Mostly because this one is an anime that everyone should watch. Takopi's Original Sin.
Okay.
It's in my
I knew
5th
where
place.
you were going.
Speechless of an anime.
Not a rewatcher, but
Not a
definitely a
rewatcher.
must-watcher.
but a must-watcher for sure. Fourth or fifth place for you, sir?
ReZero Season 3.
You're a big ReZero fan.
Oh, man, I love ReZero. And I'm so excited for Season 4 this year.
Yeah, nice.
Oh, should I go 4?
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I'm just reminiscing.
That's fair, yeah.
Golden Kamuy I watched. All of the seasons that are out.
Dang, okay.
Also a show with a bit of some weird elements to it, but overall, a super enjoyable story, fun characters. I really enjoyed it. Glad I watched it this year.
Speaking of weird, my fourth place goes to Dan to Dan Season 2.
Nice.
I mean, Science Saru, love the animation studio, love the fanciness and the
Don't
craziness.
even have Dan to Dan in my top 10. That's crazy. I forgot about it.
Dang. This
is the problem when I'm reading a story, though.
Yeah, that's
I feel like
fair.
so many times when I'm reading the story, the anime just goes over my head.
That's totally fair. In third place, I got I don't know if this is a cheat or not, but I put it in anyway. Star Wars Vision Season 3. I'm a huge fan of mythology.
That's cheater, but
why is
I'll
that
accept,
cheater?
No, I'll
That's
accept
still
it.
Japanese
technically anime.
studios.
Yeah, okay, yeah, I accept it.
It's anime, you know.
I accept it.
I love anthology style series. I love Star Wars.
Some of them were hits.
Some of them were hits.
Some of them were misses.
Couple misses, but overall they were good.
I hope they keep going and going and going.
I
and
hope so
doing
too.
more. I just want it to go forever because I want to see.
Star Wars makes sense as an anthology show.
It does. There's
so much content.
you can make up
do.
anything.
You
can
can
make up
literally-
anything and just be like, "Yep, it's on this one distant planet," and freaking.
I mean, Season 1 had an episode of doing a concert for Jabba the Hutt, and it was great.
Yeah, exactly. You're not gonna
So I think the creativity of this, in my opinion, is great.
it's
all
infinite.
around.
Like
It's
the
infinite.
thing that people can do
Infinite
with it.
possibilities. So that's my top. That's my third spot.
Third for me is Delicious in Dungeon, which was one of our anime of the month.
Yes.
We watched it all because it was a nominee for anime
Of the year.
of the year and a couple. I think it may have been a
Couple other ones.
a couple of categories. Did not really know what to expect going in, but wow, it was
Pleasantly surprised.
it was fun and weird
Yes.
and fun.
Definitely.
We found out a lot of weird anime.
We did this year.
Is anime just weird?
Are we weird?
Nah, it can't
No,
be
just
it.
anime.
It can't be it. It can't be it. Maybe anime's not weird.
We're just, it's whatever.
Number 2, anime you've already mentioned, Takopi's Original Sin. Not a rewatch, but a must watch.
Definitely a much.
Yeah,
watch.
don't want to say much about it, but definitely a must watch.
Go
If you
check it out.
If you haven't watched it,
Go do
definitely
that.
follow the trigger warnings.
Yes.
But if you're okay following after those,
Then you're
go
chilling.
ahead.
My second spot goes to Apothecary Diaries.
Great show.
Phenomenal story.
Absolutely
Great show.
Amazing show.
Another one that we watched for anime
Absolutely.
of the month, which was another
Amazing.
contender
Yeah.
for anime of the year.
It's making
and
it
a couple
tough for
of
that
things.
tier list.
It did. Yeah, that tier list is going to be hard.
Which check out next week where we do our anime of the month for 2025 tier list, and we've
They're
already mentioned
tough.
2, so
Yeah.
it's not gonna be easy.
And my top anime of the year,
Yep.
Delicious in Dungeon.
Delicious in Dungeons, your number 1. My number 1's Apothecary Diaries.
Okay, so nice.
I put Apothecary Diaries season 1 and 2. We watched
Yeah.
season 1. I already have seen season 1, and then I watched season 2 as it came out, and then
Yeah.
obviously we watched season 1 for
Yep.
Anime of the Month. But I love that show.
Yeah, Apothecary Diaries is great. Delicious in Dungeon is great. Kind of what you said about Delicious in Dungeon is you didn't know what to expect, and I really enjoyed it, and I'm super excited for season 2. I almost wanted to go out and buy the manga to finish like the story and know what happens, but I was like, no, I'll have to wait. And
I think Freerun, like, it technically started the year before and went in, I think. If I
Yeah.
remember correctly, so I didn't really count it.
I was thinking about putting Freerun, but I was like, I just enjoyed some of these other shows just a little bit more. But
Wild
Freerun
take.
is beautiful, and the story's great.
Yeah.
So I'm not pooping
Yeah,
on Freerun anyway.
Well, I mean, I
but-
forgot to put Dan to Dan. I love Dan to Dan.
Yeah, so here we are.
So that's our anime. Let's jump to Gray to get his manga and anime.
Oh, hey. What's good, Misfits? I've been asked to tell you some of my favorite anime and manga that I got to experience in 2025. Starting off with anime, there's Apocalypse Hotel, an anime original I could stand behind. Dan to Dan, Dan to Duh. ReZero, be looking forward to the season 4. 100 Girlfriends, really funny anime. Apothecary Diaries, Mao Mao best character, you can't tell me otherwise. Then for the manga, there's The Fragrant Flower Blooms with Dignity, peak romance. Centuria, it's a great up-and-coming dark fantasy series. Witch Hat Atelier, gorgeous and a really interesting take on witches and magic. Mages of the Library. As a book collector, this is really hits some good notes. And The Color of the End. It's a slower burn series, but in the best kind of way. Thanks for tuning in to the Nerdy Misfits podcast. As always, it's a blast to be here and chat with Matt and Connor. Have a great new year, and here's hoping to more amazing anime and manga to experience in 2026.
Thanks, Gray. We'll be having you on, I'm sure, in the future.
Many times in 2025 for sure.
2026. What are you talking
2026.
about? 2025 just happened.
Yes, 2026.
You're not even used to it yet.
I know.
Okay, technically, it's New Year's Eve, so you're okay.
Exactly.
It's still 2025.
Still 2025. We're chilling.
But yeah, we'll definitely have Gray on for more episodes in 2026. Absolutely.
Yes.
Moving on to something that only Matt talked about last year, but now I get to join in.
Which is crazy,
that's
man.
books.
Crazy. I do have graphic novels and manga in this category
I'll
as
allow it. I'll
well.
allow it. There's no rules here.
But I read a little bit of everything, so...
First of all, did you think that I would have
No.
top 5 books for this year?
No.
Okay.
Definitely not.
Thanks for having faith in me.
When we recorded this episode last year...
When did I say I was going to read Percy Jackson originally?
That's what I mean. When we recorded this last year, I think you just finished the first book. Because the show was airing.
No, I think you're right. I started... you're right. I read the first book specifically so I would be caught up for Percy Jackson.
Exactly.
The first season. But...
Since then...
I said I was going to read those like a year prior.
Yeah, and you didn't. But now you did.
I did. So I'll start off.
Yes. Do you have any honorable mentions for books?
I do have some honorable mentions. First of all, shout out to Sarah J. Maas. as I did read all of ACOTAR this year, and overall, I thought it was a pretty decent series. There were highs and lows.
Yeah, that's smut for you.
Yeah, there were some highs and there were some lows. But I will be reading more of her stories, some of which are rated much higher.
Yeah. Will you be reading Throne of Glass? Is that your next big
I don't know what I'm gonna read next for her because I've got a lot of things on the docket.
That's so fair.
Turns out reading books takes time.
Time consuming?
Yeah, it's time consuming. But I really wanted to give a shout out to that I did read all of ACOTAR and that, I enjoyed it.
That's so fair.
And I enjoyed it more than the Empyrean series, and which is if you're like the Fourth Wing and overall, I enjoyed her world and her storytelling more. Thought it was much better. So I just wanted to give credit where credit was due, that I did enjoy it. But the reason I mention that is because my 5th is Fourth Wing. But I'll get into the deep thing when you talk your 5 and we'll get more. We'll just jump right into it.
There you go. Okay. What's your top? What's your 5th
So
place?
my 5th is Fourth Wing. And the reason it makes number 5 is more because it was almost the start of a domino.
Yes.
Where I read Fourth Wing and it was very interesting world, premise, etc. that it was enough to get me to continue going.
Okay.
That then got me to reading other series on top of including ACOTAR and stuff, which I do think if I was just going on how much I enjoyed reading it would be rated above Fourth Wing.
That makes sense.
But I'm putting it as number 5 because it kind of had that domino effect that helped continue. Basically got me to remember how much I liked fantasy.
That's fair. It really just pushed you back onto that.
So
ledge.
that's why it makes my 5th spot.
Nice. Okay.
And I've read all 3 of the books, and the first one's probably the best.
That's so fair. Yeah.
I think they're overrated.
Yeah.
And that's coming from someone who's not a big book reader, and I've read more than I thought I was going to this year. And yeah, the more I read other fantasy books, the more I was like, these are not that good.
No. Book talk really is a slight
Well, it's just, it's similar to anime.
Yeah.
You watch SAO, and you're like, wow, that was super fun and good. And I don't want to, no offense to anyone who loves SAO, but I'm just going to say, I'm not someone who's like a giga hater of it, but it's mid.
Yeah.
In terms of like, it's like, it's like an okay show.
It's a good introductory.
But if it's one of your first shows, you're like, yeah, that was crazy.
Yeah.
But as you watch more and more stuff, you're just kind of like,
oh, there's more stuff out there.
For the audio listeners out there, I am using a hand and I'm pushing SAO down as I am then lifting up my other hand to show that the tide is rising, but it ain't coming with it.
It ain't coming with it. Yeah.
What's your 5 or honorable mentions?
2 honorable mentions. I have a graphic novel called Stray Dogs, which the art is really cute. It's like Lady and the Tramp, All Dogs Go to Heaven kind of cuteness.
For a second, I thought you were talking about that anime.
No.
Because I can't remember. It's something Stray Dogs. So I think it starts with a B. Can't remember.
Yeah, something dogs. I know what you're talking about.
You guys will tell me in the comment section.
But this one is literally about you're following this group of dogs that are basically at like this dude who takes them in and like as a shelter and stuff like that.
The Aristocats. Dogs.
Yes, except the darkness behind it is that the dude who has all these dogs is actually a serial killer, and he like kills people and steals their dog and brings. It's a whole thing.
But he doesn't kill the dogs.
No, not yet.
Well, then it's okay.
I just thought it was really interesting of a concept because of how cute and adorable it looks, and it's like a super dark series.
Kind of like Made in Abyss.
Yeah, exactly.
Cutesy on the outside, and you're like, oh, this is gonna be a
really
fun.
Messed up on the inside.
No,
exactly.
It's messed up.
Yeah. Another pick is a graphic novel called Star Wars: Legacy of Vader, Volume 1, The Reign of Kylo Ren.
I expected you to maybe mention a couple Star Wars books.
Yeah, this is actually the only Star Wars on the list.
Really?
Yeah.
How many Star Wars books did you read?
I think 3 or 4 this year. Yeah. But this one's really cool because it takes place. I think it's in between Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. But it's him like Kylo Ren going to like Tatooine and Mustafar, trying to like understand more of his grandfather's history and lineage.
Yep. And
we get to see characters that we have not seen in a very, very long time, such as Watto and what's been going on there. So that's a fun one. But fifth pick goes to a manga series called Disney Twisted Wonderland.
Dang.
Which I really like the concept of
if it's
like
Star Wars into your anime top 5 and you're fitting Disney into
my books
into your book top 5.
Twisted Wonderland, there's an anime out right now on Disney Plus for it, but basically it's Hogwarts with Disney villains, but an anime, which is also an Isekai.
Okay, cool.
So it's pretty cool. But fourth place goes to a self-motivation book.
Nice.
Called You Are Awesome. I just finished
You're
it.
Not wrong. Thank you.
You're so welcome. I finished it this morning actually.
Oh wow!
This
you
recording,
made the list.
so I was like, I gotta put in probably a little bit of recency bias.
Connor is awesome. That's a strange title for a book, but
no,
I mean,
yeah. You're so welcome. But I really enjoy it. The author of it, he's from Toronto, so it's kind of like local to us, and he's written a lot of self-motivation books that I've read, and I've loved every single one of them. And I always take some stuff away that I'm like, oh, that's a good life lesson.
I think that's the hope, right? When you read one of those,
exactly.
So I'm glad you took something away.
Exactly.
My fourth, I didn't take anything away from.
Oh no!
And that's The Mark of Athena.
Oh.
So
I didn't know if Rick Riordan was going to make this list.
I did crank out the first 2 series that he did.
Yep.
And then I took a pause for a while. Probably 2026, get through the Heroes of Olympus and then read the...
You mean Mark of
the Mark of
Trials
Apollo.
Trials of
I know
Apollo.
It. Trials of Apollo, then the new Percy Jackson stuff.
The final one does come out next October, or 2026.
I've planned it accordingly. Yeah, that's on purpose.
Yeah.
For the listening audience members,
Connor is winking.
But it was my favorite of the Heroes of Olympus books.
Yep.
I thought it had... I mean, it just had the best, in my opinion, the best story out of the whole series, and that's why I made it.
That's so fair,
and it's not, it's not long. Very, very, very enjoyable.
Exactly.
My number 3 goes to The Castle of Wizardry, which is the 4th book in the Belgorod series, which is a high fantasy that I have read after. It's very more up on the lines of kind of like Lord of the Ringsy.
Okay.
Can be a little slower paced, but overall, I really enjoyed it, and I thought the 4th book was the best.
Nice.
So that's why it's my number 3.
Nice. My number 3. Another graphic novel. Ultimate Wolverine Volume 1, The Winter Soldier.
Oh.
This is the new rebirth, if you may, of the Marvel Ultimate Universe, and in this version of Wolverine, he is the Winter Soldier mixed with Wolverine, so he's been controlled by the Russian government, and he's hunting down mutants.
Wolverine is a scary thought as a Winter Soldier.
That's why it's in here.
That is
it's
insane.
Scary thought.
He's already unhinged enough.
Yeah, and now that you have like mind control put in there even more,
not good.
And he's an assassin on top of it.
No.
Just a great combo. And my number 2 pick, which I have a feeling not necessarily this one, but I know this book series has got to be on your top 5 here.
It's my top 2.
I knew it. It is Red Rising by Pierce Brown, which is a book that Connor highly recommended to everyone that we know.
I've become a little bit of a what would you say? People that go on and like try and get you to join their cults.
A leader?
I wouldn't say a leader. One of the disciples, maybe. I don't want to be a leader, Pierce Brown's our leader.
Pays be to Pierce Brown. But yeah, Red Rising. I don't want to spoil it because I just think everyone should read it. If you're a
preacher,
fantasy
maybe?
preacher, yeah. You preached the gospel of Pierce Brown.
Yeah. Yes. I don't have Red Rising specifically.
I didn't think you would.
But my top 2 are Golden Sun at 2
Yeah.
and Morning Star at 1. And honestly,
book 2 and 3.
I could flip flop them. They are both just chef kiss. There's the Red Rising, the first trilogy has been just absolutely unreal, and I'm on currently halfway, maybe a little bit past halfway, book 5.
Okay.
Definitely different. So I want to finish that trilogy. Well, technically it's going to be 4 books. So I want to finish those 4 before I kind of really judge them.
Story as a whole.
Yeah, that story.
Yeah.
But wow. The Red Rising trilogy has been just, I've already read it twice.
Yeah, straight gas.
Like, I've read all 3 books twice.
That's crazy.
Like, so technically, we want to say I read 23 books.
It's true.
But yeah, they just been both reading it, but then also they have the graphic audio books if you're more into audiobooks, which have also been just
insane.
Amazing. It's such a great way. If you haven't listened to if you've read Red Rising and you want a different style, I highly recommend checking out the graphic audiobooks. They're so well done as well. And I love Golden Sun. Red Rising does such a good job of setting things up.
Yeah.
And that's the book. It's a setup book.
It's a setup
because
book. It really
the next 2 are crazy.
Straight go.
And I remember finishing book 2 and I was like, okay, looks at time. Oh, 2:30 in the morning. I'm sorry. I do, in fact, still have to read at least know where it starts in the next book because I can't leave at that.
Exactly.
And I think if you consider, it has a very Hunter x Hunter-esque feeling of the story where I feel like it does a good job where Pierce Brown could have ended it right there.
Yeah.
He could have ended with that trilogy and been like, yep, I did a good job. And he did. But then he's like, I'm going to write more.
I got more, though.
And that's kind of where I am, where the 3 as a whole are standalone. They're great as they are. And then I'm excited to see what the next 4 as a whole story tell.
Nice.
But yeah, those are they're interchangeable, honestly. I find them so difficult to be like which one I like more. Kind of depends on how I'm feeling.
That's very true. That's understandable. My number 1, which was on your list, was The Mark of Athena. I'm a big Rick Riordan fan.
You reread all of the stuff with me as we were going, yeah.
And I just think Mark of Athena is just a really good book.
It's so good.
It's the return of certain characters, brings in new characters. It's
the connection of a lot of the new and the old.
Yeah, and it just really immerses you so much into the world that Rick Riordan has been writing up until then.
Yep.
And it leaves on one of the best cliffhangers.
Absolutely insane.
Literally enough that
Insane
the
cliffhanger.
next book, the dedication says, "Sorry about that cliffhanger."
Yeah.
So,
it would suck to have read that when
and
the
having
other
to
book
wait
wasn't
like
out.
a full year.
Yeah.
Moving into movies, I'm gonna go through my honorable mentions quick, and then we can go to the top 5 here. Do you have?
I also have honorable mentions.
Oh, sweet. All right.
Yeah.
Just rapid fire, not have to mention them too much. K-pop Demon Hunters, Now You
Yeah.
See Me 3,
Yeah.
Superman,
Yeah.
Thunderbolts,
Great.
and then a new one that came out
Oh, a
is
new one.
called One Shot.
Oh,
with
I thought you were
Ed
gonna say
Sheeran.
Avatar.
No.
Oh.
It's a Netflix original called One Shot with Ed Sheeran.
Okay.
It is a
It's the thing with the
continuous
Shakira.
take.
Oh.
No, Shakira.
Did you see this stuff?
Yeah.
Okay, I thought maybe it was
No.
that.
This is an hour-long like music performance / mini doc.
Are you an Ed Sheeran fan?
I'm an Ed Sheeran fan. Saw him
Did
in
your
concert.
Spotify Wrapped say you were an Ed Sheeran fan?
No.
Oh.
There's a lot of
I was
Epic
a
the Musical.
top 1%er.
Dang.
So sounds like I'm a bigger fan.
You should watch this then. But it's an hour-long, like one continuous take of
That's
a
cool.
shot, and it's a really cool concept. What are your honorable mentions before we jump through top 5?
F1 movie.
Okay.
Not the best if you are an F1 fan because some of it was a little bit like that's not allowed and that's weird.
Falsified.
But I saw it in IMAX
Nice.
and it was awesome.
Heck
Sound
yeah.
was cool, looked great.
Yep.
I have Fantastic Four. I thought it was very solid.
Okay.
I also really liked the aesthetic. It was cool.
Yeah.
Fun even, if you will.
Uh-huh.
And then my big one is Thunderbolts.
Nice.
Could have cracked my top 5. Very close. Best Marvel film of the year. Yeah.
Fantastic Four?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I
mean, it's right there. Thunderbolts and Fantastic Four.
yeah, very very similar on the bar. They both
I think Thunderbolts
brought,
probably better story.
Yeah, they
And,
both
like,
brought
theme.
fun
Better theme,
things.
better theme, better theme.
Yeah, exactly.
Better theme. Thunderbolt's best Marvel movie
Yeah, I would agree
of
with
the
that.
year. Top 5.
My fifth place, a Korean animation film called Lost in Starlight.
K-pop Demon Hunters, also Korean inspired.
Yeah. Lost in Starlight is a musical style space film, which was really cool.
Whoa.
A lot of people were like, "Oh, if you like Your Name, you should check this
Oh,
out."
okay,
So that was one of
yeah,
the reasons
cool,
why I
cool,
did
cool,
originally.
cool. Very cool.
And
Yeah, you
I
love
just-
Your Name.
I love me, Your Name, Weathering with
Is that
You.
the first thing you show people when they're like, "Oh yeah," and you're like, "Anime, sit down with me for a couple hours."
No. I don't want them to cry too much yet.
Okay.
Got a soft.
Yeah, you watch
read
Silent
it.
Voice first.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah.
Exactly. But yeah, Lost in Starlight is a great film. Fifth place for you?
It was K-pop Demon Hunters.
Oh, nice. Okay.
It was fun.
Yeah,
It
exactly.
wasn't. I don't think it was as good as everyone acts like it is, but
No, it's overhyped.
catchy songs,
Catchy songs for sure.
good songs, catchy songs. The story was decent. Animation was good.
Yeah.
Hilarious that Sony sold it like it was nothing and it became the biggest
The
thing
biggest
in Netflix
film of the
history.
year, basically.
So that's
Yeah.
that's hilarious.
Speaking of other big films, fourth place, Demon Slayer film.
Fourth place, Demon Slayer film.
Nice.
That film was epic.
Epic.
I mean,
Loved it to see it in
maybe
theaters.
if you've watched this podcast for a while, we may sometimes come off as Demon Slayer haters, and I don't want us to be
No.
Demon Slayer hater. We are not Demon Slayer
no,
haters.
we saw that thing in theaters.
We are Demon Slayer truthers.
We are part of the solution.
We just don't think it's as good as it.
Exactly. It's slightly overhyped.
We think the
but-
story is not as good as everyone
No.
acts like it is.
Story's meh, but
But
the
the
animation
animation
is
is
so
crazy.
pretty.
And it was great. The movie was unreal. They did such a
Exactly.
good job. I can't
Exactly.
wait to see the conclusion in 2 more films.
Like 4 years from now.
Number 3. Do we have the same film again?
Probably not.
Superman.
Nope.
Oh,
Avatar, Fire and Ash.
yeah. I haven't seen that.
Yeah.
But I have Superman.
You got Superman.
Which I feel like is the best Superman we've gotten.
Since Smallville.
Maybe, yeah, you might be. I mean, Smallville was great.
Smallville
I
was
have
great.
nothing bad to say.
Yeah,
You're-
no, it's just
so I'm
that's-
not even going to say that you're wrong. Best film Superman we've
There
gotten.
you go. Best Superman film.
There were issues with the film, but I just really loved how true to the comic book Superman he was.
Yeah.
And I think as someone who is not the biggest Superman fan, I really appreciated the way they handled the character.
Mm-hmm. I respect that.
And I liked that he wasn't just bad,
Yeah.
and didn't care. And I love Henry Cavill. I love him. He's
Exactly.
great. I wish he could play so many of my favorite characters.
But
But
You can't.
his Superman was
Darker.
very not Superman like.
Yeah.
I liked seeing Superman go out of his way to save a squirrel from a falling. Like
Exactly.
I liked that. I like that. That's just because Superman is
Only
such
if that squirrel becomes a Green Lantern, though.
like he's such like a green, such a green. He's such a
Symbol of hope.
golden retriever
Yeah.
energy good guy.
100%.
So were there issues with it? Absolutely. But I feel like we had this much faith in it.
Yeah, we did.
So considering it had that much faith, it delivered.
Exactly. My top 3, Avatar, Fire and Ash. Saw it a few days ago. I mean, I love James Cameron. I love Avatar. I love the universe of Avatar with the fictional creatures
Mhm,
and just the lore of the world itself. So it was just very nice to return to Pandora.
Okay. Yep.
I
Very fair.
don't spoil it because of how new it is.
That's valid.
But number 2 spot goes to a film called Knives Out, a murder mystery film.
Murder mystery.
The new one came out about a month ago.
Okay.
Called Wake Up Dead Man. It's the third one in the series. But they don't interconnect, so you can just like watch one off and it's fine. But they always bring like stellar cast. Like the main dude is Daniel Craig.
Okay.
But like Chris Evans was in the first one.
Ooh,
The
okay,
one that
okay.
just came out had like Josh Brolin, Jeremy Renner, for example. Edward Norton and Kate Winslet was in the second one, and so was Dave Bautista. Just like a great cast
Yeah,
all
we're
around.
holding back. Not hold back. Okay.
But Knives Out is a great murder mystery. It is basically that thing of like, we solved the murder. Now we're going to explain how you did it. Like, it was like similar to how they do it in like Now You See Me, for example.
Right.
Where they solve everything and they're like, no, we're going to explain it to you. It was that same feel, but just like an all-star cast, less comedic, just a very serious tone with a couple comedic elements, but it was all right. Number
Okay.
2 pick for you.
How to Train Your Dragon.
Forgot that film.
Oh, it was so good.
It was
wasn't
so
it?
good. Love to see that in theaters.
It was.
Beautiful.
I know that people are gonna be like, they really did just kind of copy pasta, but isn't that what? In a way, that's kind of what you want. It's just a different look, and it's kind of cool to see it in live action. I thought the sets like
Yeah.
It looked amazing.
It just
dragons-
added more to the universe because we got
dragons
extended
look
scenes
good.
between characters.
the characters and the costumes looked great, and I just love those movies.
Exactly.
So getting another How to Train Your Dragon, I'm not opposed, and it was awesome. I loved it.
Heck yeah.
Number 1, Chainsaw Man.
Nice.
Oh man, that film was crazy.
Yeah, that was a fever dream and a half. That's for sure.
Oh man, I thought they did such a good job. Everything about that movie was just great.
Yeah.
From start to the end, it was, man, it felt like when I was reading it, when I remember when we were reading Chainsaw Man, it was like every chapter we'd be like, what the heck am I reading?
What am I reading? I'm still doing that.
And then, man, the movie just hit that note so well.
Yeah. Of what the heck am I watching?
Yeah, what the heck am I watching?
Yeah.
And the fight scenes were amazing.
Insane.
And yeah, I know it's kind of cheater chan to like have 2 anime movies when I did anime, and now I have 2 anime movies and movies. But you know what?
Okay.
We said there were no rules.
Exactly. I mean, I have 2. Lost in Starlight's an anime film, so and Demon Slayer.
And yeah, so number 1 for
But-
me is Chainsaw Man. I thought that was just chef
Dang.
kiss, and we also saw it in movie theaters together, and yeah, it was great.
We did. My top movie is not anime,
What?
which was crazy.
Do they even make other movies?
They do. This was Frankenstein that came out this year.
Oh yeah.
Directed by Guillermo del Toro. I love a practical
Okay.
effects
Yeah.
guy. And it like Oscar Isaac did phenomenal as Victor Frankenstein. The storytelling of this was really cool. Without spoiling too much, like the colors play an important part. The sets play an important part. The whole cast was insane, and just like it's a long film. I think the runtime is 150 minutes.
Okay.
So it's just under 3-hour mark. I wanted to go see this in theaters, but I just didn't get the chance to, so I waited for it to come out on Netflix. But I watched it the day it did, and I was so captivated. Frankenstein looks amazing. It's not your cliche Frankenstein, but it had that Del Toro vibe, and he brought personal things to the element that he was struggling with growing up with, like a father-son figure, which is really the core behind Frankenstein, I found. But I'd recommend watching it.
Valid.
It's Del Toro at his finest. But yeah, we're going to move on to TV shows quick.
This one was harder for me because I did not watch a lot of TV that wasn't anime.
That's so fair. Do you even have a top 5 at least?
I technically do.
Okay.
So I don't really have an honorable mention. I guess I could give it to some shows we watched for the podcast, but I feel like that's disingenuous if I didn't feel like they should really be a top 5 pick.
Yeah.
I put Percy Jackson as a placeholder.
Okay.
Top 5. As if obviously we don't have the whole series out.
Yeah.
And it's also probably our least favorite book.
It's my least favorite book.
Altogether. So
Yeah.
not the best story to follow, but maybe they can help it along a bit.
Yeah. They are adding new things that aren't in the book, and Rick Riordan being a producer
Could help.
could help, hopefully.
So I put it here as a placeholder, hoping that it pans out that the whole show as a whole can still hold up to how season 1 was.
Yep.
So that's kind of my number 5.
Okay. My fifth place is a really weird one, but it's the Lego Star Wars Pieces of the Past, Rebuild
I
the
remember you
Galaxy.
mentioning that, yeah.
It's the most randomest what if Star Wars story, and I just love it because it's so comedic and it's so self-aware.
Yeah, fair enough.
and they hate
as
on-
some Lego tends to be.
Exactly. They know how tacky and cheesy it is. But fourth place goes to one of the shows we did talk on the podcast this year, which was the animated Spider-Man show.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it was solid.
Really liked it. I thought it was a lot of fun. I think it's Your Friendly Neighborhood is the full title.
Yeah, Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
It was a lot of fun. It had some really cool elements. The animation style was a little bit different.
Once you got used to it, it was great.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'm excited for season 2 for that.
My number 4 is House of Guinness,
Yep.
which was definitely not potentially as historically accurate as people might expect, but it was drama-filled, and it was interesting. I watched it in like a weekend.
Nice.
So,
Okay.
I mean,
okay.
if I'm watching it in a weekend, it's at least good enough for
Exactly.
me to binge the whole show.
Yeah,
right?
and
So
not stop. Yeah.
my number 3 is The Mighty Nine.
Nice.
The animated
Respect.
show
Critical
for
Role.
Critical Role came out. This is the campaign that my heart is closest to because this is when I truly started to fall in love with Critical Role and D&D as a whole. So I was extremely excited for this to come out, and I'm enjoyed the series. Can't wait to have more of it come out in the future. I
Yeah.
have not listened to much of the new campaign because I am kind of just letting it, build up a bit. That's the excuse
Oh
I'm
yes,
giving.
because 4-hour episodes
Yeah,
need to
I'm
be built
giving.
up.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
It's an excuse. Okay.
Wild.
Give me a break.
Insane.
What's your number 3?
My number 3 is a Netflix show called Nobody Wants This season 2.
Well, then why is there 2 seasons of it?
It's Adam Brody, Kristen Bell. It's just a really good story.
Low hanging fruit. Is this the podcast show?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I've seen season 1. Haven't seen season 2 yet.
Yeah, with like the 2 sisters that have the podcast.
Yeah. Okay.
I really like it. I think
It's solid.
the concept's really good. It hits weirdly close to home
Yeah.
for certain things.
Fair enough.
But I think Adam Brody's a great actor. Kristen Bell's a great actor.
Yeah. You're not wrong.
And one of the actors from that show is in Percy Jackson. The actor that plays Sasha, who is like the brother that's really tall and awkward.
Yep.
He plays what's his name? Not Telemachus. The dude that is at the camp instead of the centaur.
Oh,
the dude that's from
right. Okay.
Yeah, Field of Punishments. But anyways, yeah. And then my number 2 pick goes to a show that I binged the entire series this year, and that was The Summer I Turned Pretty. Love me a little rom-com.
You've always been pretty.
Oh, shucks. And you are awesome.
Thank you.
There you go. It was just a really good show. I really liked it. It was captivating. The music was great. They got permission from Taylor Swift, so there was constant like Taylor Swift songs throughout the entire show.
I know her.
You know Taylor Swift, eh? You've
Not personally.
Heard of her once or twice?
Don't know her personally, but I've maybe heard her on the radio.
Yeah. Me too. I loved her country albums.
Yeah, love those country albums.
The acting was great. The story was a cliche rom-com of like who's she gonna pick, Team Edward, Team Jacob.
Yeah,
you know?
gotcha. I've heard of
The
this story.
Yeah. The answer's Conrad. That's all that matters.
Not Team Jacob then.
No, Team Conrad.
Okay.
I stand by it. Anyways, what was your number 2?
My number 2 is Your Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man.
Whoa!
Yeah,
I have that
solid.
on my list. At
Yeah,
number
very,
4.
like you said, super. I honestly, when we first saw the trailer for it, which you did a reaction for,
Yep.
it was like both of us were like, we'll see how it is.
Yeah, it was great.
Like we were even on the fence if we were going to cover it as a episode for the podcast.
Yeah, if it was gonna be good enough, but
And then we watched it and we're like, wow,
some good content.
It's also cool because obviously it takes place in a different universe.
Yeah.
But it also was cool to see characters that aren't used.
Scorpion.
Tombstone. Like, so it was just cool. I liked it. I'm excited for another season to come out.
Me too.
And my number 1,
Probably both of ours.
yeah, Daredevil Born.
Daredevil Born. Yeah.
Wow, it was
10 out of 10 show.
so good. And it's not going to be the first time we talk about Charlie Cox on this episode.
No.
But yeah, wow, it was so good. Kingpin, love Kingpin.
Yes.
But not really because he's evil. But
Oh, so good though.
Mayor of New
Victor
York.
Inferno.
Oh, so good. I liked it.
I'm excited for the future
It was
of
so
that.
good. I liked it.
Do you have anything for the next category? You do.
The next category. Let's jump to Troy and see what I actually don't know exactly what he's going to give us. I'm assuming there's going to be probably some games, maybe something else. But let's jump to Troy from Nerdy Misfit Gaming, who's been joining us throughout the podcast for Anime of the Month. He's been streaming pretty well every Tuesday this year. So let's see what he has to say.
Hello everyone, this is Troy from Nerdy Misfits Gaming, and this is going to be my top 5 games of the year. So number 5, I'm going to start with Monster Hunter Wilds. You kill monsters with a very interactive play style, kind of doing little combos. You can craft better gear, better weapons. This game came out kind of early 2025. And usually Monster Hunter games kind of only get better as their bigger updates kind of flow through as the game continues on. And more late game. Number 4, I have Dispatch, which is a game that kind of caught my eye over the past few months. It is a interactive kind of superhero story game. Your decisions matter, and they shape the story that you're playing through. There are multiple different endings and multiple different paths, so it kind of allows you to play through it a couple times. It also has a lot of members of Critical Role that are in it, so another reason why it kind of caught my eye, and it's been on my watch list. Number 3, I did put Hollow Knight Silksong. I think I would probably get an earful from Gray if I didn't put this in my list somewhere, but all jokes aside, it does belong somewhere on this list. It is a Metroidvania platformer that is more on the difficult side for your combat than for your average gamer, but it's still well done. Even if this game kind of isn't in your wheelhouse, kind of being a little bit of a platformer, it still is a really good game. Number 2, I have Ghost of Yote. This is kind of one of my wildcard picks. It is a samurai RPG game with fairly smooth combat and with some of the best visuals like in games right now. The only downside is that it is only on the PS5, but the prequel for Ghost, which is Ghost of Tsushima, just came out on PC only just this year. So hopefully give it a couple years and it'll eventually come to PC. But we'll see. I do have 2 honorable mentions. My first one is Hades 2. Now, you may ask yourself, didn't that game come out last year? And it was early access last year. Official release date was this year. I believe it's back in September or so. It is known to be one of the best roguelite games. And it only, Hades 1, and then it only got better with the release of Hades 2. A lot more quality of life, and it just makes the game good. I hear the weapons maybe are not as fun or as good as Hades 1, but I hear it's still great. My second honorable mention is Kingdom Come Deliverance 2. From what I've been able to tell, this is almost a medieval version of GTA. There's lots of things to do. You can kind of wander, do whatever you want, and then there's a whole story that you can go do. It looks good and looks fun, so I do believe it deserved a shout out. And my number 1 spot, is it really any surprise? I also agree to give it to Claire Obscure Expedition 33. It won all the awards, pretty much, that it was nominated for. They added their own twist to turn-based combat, which had never been done before, and it's an interesting take. The game looks absolutely stunning. The story is great. So I think that's why it takes my number 1 spot. And don't worry, I will be finishing that in the near future. Thanks.
Thanks, Troy, and Happy New Year to you as well. I have no idea if he actually
I hope he said New Year's, so that's
actually
really
I have no
awkward.
idea if he wished us Happy New Year.
Awkward.
I just thought that'd be a really good transition.
Yeah.
But yeah, let's jump into games, board games, TCGs, video games, etc. There's also other shoutouts out here on our sheet that I didn't put anything in. I don't know if you.
I have other shoutouts.
Okay,
aka
we'll
things
get to
I
those
bought,
later
which I
then.
haven't read / played yet.
Okay, so for games, board games, TCGs, video games, what do you got, Matt? Do you have any honorable mentions?
No honorable mentions. Just got straight 5.
Okay, straight 5. That's simple. Okay, I'll start us off.
Okay.
With a true new age thing. Starting us off with, okay? This is new, guys. If you haven't checked this out, you should check it out. And that is League of Legends.
Oh, the new TCG.
No. That's
Everyone
Riftbound.
Riftbound and League of Legends.
No, I'm
Riftbound
talking about
is
the video
so
game.
great.
I was playing League of Legends.
Noise.
And yeah, I like League of Legends. I know that's not for everyone, but
That's so fair.
and it cracks my top 5. I will say, I guess honorable mention goes out to I bought a board game.
You bought a board game. You're right.
I have not played it because although you can play by yourself, that
It's
sounds
just not the same.
really lonely, and I don't want to do that.
Yeah, who
so
would do
I just
that?
haven't gotten the
Yeah.
time to play with Matt or anyone else,
Yeah,
and that is Wormspan. I am excited to play it though.
exactly. You
I
should
just
be.
haven't played it, so it can't make the list. But honorable mention to me buying you.
Nice. Okay. In that case, I will do the same, and it's connected to AEK things I bought, which I haven't read / played yet. So I'll toss these both in my honorable mentions
there
for
you go.
games. And one of them is Love Disney Villainous. If you're a fan of the podcast,
Yes,
you know I
Matt
love that.
loves Villainous. He
He
loves it.
The Davy Jones expansion came out,
Very
and
cool.
I just haven't played it yet, which I'm super excited. And then I just bought a new board game, which I'm waiting to read the book, but I've only heard good things about this. It's a deck building game
Okay.
for Mistborn, which is
Mistborn.
Brandon Sanderson.
You've never read Mistborn.
I know I haven't. I just said that.
Okay.
Um,
This guy's cheating.
I'm cheating. I'm jumping the punch, you know.
It's worth mentioning that
Um,
Matt and I also listen to Brandon Sanderson's podcast.
Yeah, and I've not read any of his stuff
I've
yet.
also watched his How to Write a Book
yeah,
lectures
his
from
lessons from BYU.
Yeah, from BYU. have not listened, read, or done anything for his. I don't know anything about his books other than apparently his magic systems are crazy.
I'm excited. That one of the things we'll do in 2026 is read some Brandon Sanderson. That's
Maybe.
the goal.
That's a goal.
But anyways, my 5th place goes to Power Ranger RPG source books. We got like 2 new ones this year.
Yeah, you ripped through those.
Loved adding that stuff
You're
to my Power
single-handedly
Ranger.
keeping them alive.
I really am, But jumping to the 4th one, Magic the Gathering Spider-Man set. Big Spider-Man fan. I got into Magic the Gathering this year.
Isn't that the set that all the Magic fans hated?
Yeah, you say that, and then I talked to the card shop owners, and they're like, "Yeah, that's what it's like, but we're actually selling it a lot, and like it's actually
Or maybe they're
one of the
selling it a
best
lot
sellers."
to you, people like you
Could be.
that don't play Magic, don't know anything about Magic, but are like, I like Spider-Man.
I played Magic like last week.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know
You're
what you
not the
mean, though.
card store
Yeah,
playing
yeah.
Magic every week.
Yeah, I'm not at the card store playing every Friday night Magic. No, for sure.
But you know what I mean? And I've talked to people that play Magic.
Yeah,
and
they
they're like,
despise
they were
that
like,
set.
that set is ass.
Trash.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. I'm glad you liked
Fun.
it though. Hey, it
It's
might be
fun.
for those Magic, those gatekeepers.
Exactly. Yeah.
Those gatekeeping
Hot
Magic
takes.
fans.
What is your number 4th?
My number 4 is a video game, and that is Solo Leveling Arise Overdrive.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's a mouthful. I thought that this was going to be a pretty shitty, generic video game adaptation of an anime thing. And on some levels it is. But boy, is it addicting.
Fair enough.
It's not a gacha game, so that's awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Which apparently Solo Leveling Arise, I believe, is a gacha game. And this is like all that game, but not gachafied.
Okay.
And yeah, I just cranked through the story in like a week or 2 along with Troy. It was super fun.
Nice.
It's got some grindy mechanics, which can be fun if you're into that. It's not the perfect game, but it's on this list because I put a lot more hours into it than I was ever expecting to be. And it's, as you'd expect, when you watch Solo Leveling, the character is so bland
Yeah.
that like it's so easy to be like, oh
What
yeah,
else?
that's me, the character's me kind of idea.
Yeah.
And when you play the video game where you actually are Sung Jin Woo, it's even cooler when you're doing stuff.
Exactly.
And you got all your shadows and you're summoning them. It's cool.
Yeah.
It's a fun game. Is it the best video game? Hell no. But it was fun. My number 3 goes to Flip 7.
Nice.
Is it the most complex game?
No.
No. But man,
Is it fun? It's freaking fun.
I played so much of this with Gray, with family, with friends, and for hours.
Yeah.
Like you just put down the deck and you just go, and it's so easy. And I think one issue that I've learned from playing board games with Gray, with you, is that in order to make a new board game, well, they got to be complicated.
They do.
And you almost have to play 1-2 times to even get the
full
idea of the
effect it.
game.
Yeah.
If you can even get through those 2 initial plays. And then you're like, okay, I'm starting to, like, on the 3rd play, you're like, I get it. I understand how this is working. I'm starting to enjoy the game.
Yep.
Flip 7, super easy to explain. You play through, like, one hand together, and you're like, okay, I get it.
I got you. Keep going. Yeah.
So,
Nice.
that's why Flip 7 is number 3.
Easy peasy. Nice. My number 3 goes to a board game called Marvel United. It's obviously Marvel themed. And there's
Really?
a bajillion expansions, and I have cut myself back from buying them all.
Very good. Good for you.
And all of the characters come with their own individual
Oh, it's
miniature.
the minifigure ones.
Yeah.
That you paint, right?
Yeah. I got into painting this year.
Tim also, who's
Tim
got on the
has-
podcast.
Tim, who is the D&D guru, he's been on the podcast a bunch of times. If you go to his Instagram, Door Number 2 Studios,
Yep.
something like that, he's shown pictures of he's been painting all of his minis and stuff because he did the Kickstarter
Yep.
for it, so he has 100 or
Okay,
so
okay.
on. But I really like it. It's a really fun game, and there's Spider-Verse expansion. There's X-Men Gold Team, X-Men Blue Team, a whole like witching hour with all your magical characters, multiverse, like
Okay.
a little bit of everything for everyone that has their own favorite characters, and every character does their own thing.
Fair enough.
Every expansion you get has a different like playability factor, because you're kind of like going against each other, but then you're also working together. You can play as anti-heroes, or the anti-heroes can be the villain.
Very cool.
There's gadgets. It's a whole thing.
There's a lot going on.
But my number 2 goes to a new TCG I got into aggressively this year, which is Union Arena.
I thought you were going to say Yu-Gi-Oh.
Nope, gosh, that frightens me. Union Arena, which is an anime-focused one, but it's really cool. I think it's cool because you kind of pick your anime that you like and you stick with it.
Yeah, you build a deck around
You build a
that
deck
anime.
it, And what they've done now too is that once they got, I think it was a full year out of
A set
12 to 15 different animes, they've introduced volume 2s,
of
which
those
is
specific
of those
shows,
specific
yeah.
animes.
Okay.
So you can update your deck, or
Very
you
cool.
can do a new deck and stuff. So like Demon Slayer Volume 2 came out a couple weeks ago from the release
And
of
the
this
cards are
episode.
better, I assume.
Cards are
Yeah.
better. They've introduced a fourth color to make a brand new deck.
Very
They've
cool.
introduced repeat cards for you to update your old deck. It's just really cool. The secret rares and like the star rares, the artwork is great.
Nice.
Obviously,
Yeah.
as a whole, you've seen it. It's just clips from the anime. Nothing special.
Not my favorite art styles, yeah.
But it's fun, and it's fun
I'm
if
glad
you
you're enjoying. You have
like
a TCG you
animes.
enjoy.
Just jump in, you know. What is your number 2 and number 1?
My number 2, if you checked out my Steam replay, I played a lot of this. Borderlands 4 came out this year.
Okay.
And in preparation for Borderlands 4, I played through the first couple Borderlands. I've not completed, so I haven't played Borderlands 4 yet. I still have to play through Borderlands 3. But in doing so, I had to get through Borderlands 1 and number 2, Borderlands 2. And that's what my number 2 is, Borderlands 2. It was super fun, very enjoyable. 100%ed it with my friend Evan. We were cranking out Borderlands 1, 100% that. Borderlands 2, 100%. The pre-sequel is what we are currently working through on 100%ing before we move on to Borderlands 3, which is also a goal to 100% before moving on to Borderlands 4.
Dang, okay.
And I've played a lot of hours into Borderlands 2 this year, like close to 100 hours. Very solid story. I enjoyed the story the most. I'm told that the mechanics of the game, like moving and stuff, is so much better in 3 and onward. But having never played any of the Borderlands game before, it was just really fun, really enjoyable. So shout out to Borderlands. It's just so happens that Borderlands 4 came out this year too, so
Yeah,
more to play.
exactly. And your number
Number
one
one. Well, if you watched the Game Awards or been not living under a rock, you've probably heard of this one, and that is Claire Obscure Expedition 33.
Yes. I've heard lots about that one, especially on the Game Awards.
So this won 9 awards at the Game Awards. Was nominated for 13.
Insane.
And yeah, with good reason. The game is incredible, looks incredible. The story's amazing, and highly recommend that if you haven't played it to check it out. I am not a big fan of like JRPG styles, but I think the game is worth suffering through. If you're not the biggest fan, I think it's worth going through it anyways.
Okay.
Because it is something. It is something else. And Troy also is playing through it. I don't think he's not done yet. He's kind of been jumping from game to game. I know that Pokemon DLC came out, so he switched that for a bit. But he's slowly been working through it on Nerdy Misfit Gaming. So you should check out those streams as you work through it. If you aren't a JRPG fan, maybe just watch someone play it and you can get the story, because the story is amazing. So that's why it is number 1. And I also want to give a shout out to the One Piece TCG.
Yeah, great game.
Because it's fun. The card art are cool.
Yep.
I'm very saddened by the Pokemon.
Hey,
the
scalpers.
Just the really shitty part of the Pokemon community now coming in on the One Piece community.
Taken away from us.
Yeah, not fun.
Exactly.
Not enjoying that, but man, I just like the One Piece TCG, you know. And I got the Gege art cards for the Celestials, and just wanted to shout out One Piece because it wasn't on my list, so shout out to them.
Exactly.
What was your number 1, Matt?
My number 1 is the Marvel RPG books. I did a deep dive into them a couple months ago with Zach, who we recently had on the podcast, when we talked about League of Legends and Riftbound and Champions.
That was a fun episode too.
That was
Could
a
have
great
made
fun
our
episode.
episode. That was super fun.
That was definitely an audible mention one.
The prep was a lot more fun,
Yeah,
I think, than the recording, considering the recording was done in a different
space,
and we were
new
figuring things out. But man, the research phase was fun.
Yeah, played a lot of TCGs for that one. But yeah, a new Avengers RPG book came out. Zach and I sat down. We went through a bunch of them. I made some spreadsheets for it, and we're working on doing a potential mini campaign for the Marvel RPG, which is super simple because it's 3d6s.
That's so
That's
nerdy.
all you need.
That's the nerdiest thing I've ever heard.
Have you been listening to what we've been talking about for the last hour?
Akatar.
Akatar, exactly. But yeah, other shout-outs. I mean, we kind of went through, did some shout-outs throughout.
I built the Lego.
You built Lego. You're right.
I don't even know if we can see it.
Can't really see it.
Let me
just-
double check our. Yeah, Lego.
It's hiding behind Demon Slayer, but yes, this is the
The
beautiful
Going Merry. That was fun.
Going Merry.
That was my first Lego set I built in a long time.
Yes, there will be lots of Lego for us, for me
but
to buy
that was fun.
specifically.
That was really fun. That's another
Good
shout out.
A shout out, yeah.
What else? Can't think of anything else off the super top of my head.
I mean, yeah, it's just been a crazy good year. Some big mangas ended, some animes have ended.
Some new manga we starting.
Some
Some
new
new
manga
anime
started.
we starting. I
and-
didn't even notice, but I have Flip 7 right here.
There you go.
It's right here.
It's waiting.
Right here.
Waiting to
ready
be
for me to
played.
play it by myself. Even
Exactly.
that's
there
how
you
much
go.
I like it.
Yeah, you can play Flip 7 by yourself.
But
I
yeah,
guess.
you guys should pick up Flip 7 if you don't have it. It's really great.
Exactly.
Great for all ages.
But as we wrap up this episode, thanks so much for being with us for all of 2025. And if you're new around here, thanks for joining the Nerdy Misfit train, little Misfit Island here.
Yeah. So let's just give a quick little preview. So 2026 will mark 4 years of the Nerdy Misfit podcast. Wow. Sheesh. It'll be over 200 episodes.
Yeah.
By the end of the year. So we will obviously be doing what has become a tradition, which will be our updated Who Are the Nerdy Misfit episodes. So you can look forward to that as episode 200 comes out. It was our first episode technically,
Yep.
and it was our 100th episode, and it
And
will
that'll
be our
be the-
200th episode. That way, if you want to show the podcast to some of your friends or you're new, you'll
It's a
be
good
able to
place
just,
to stay.
you'll just be
Able
able
to
to
start.
jump right off there and be like, okay, now I know who Matt and Connor are at their hopefully, fingers crossed, best audio and video that they can offer at that time,
Exactly.
which is great. We always enjoy saying our origin story again.
That was great.
Just like real superheroes, you know?
Exactly.
Just got to tell it over and over again.
Exactly. We got a lot coming out this year for movies, anime, TV shows. So stay tuned as we go through all of that. We're gonna do a deep dive episode of what you can expect from us fully in 2026.
We'll be doing kind of like a what we're excited for, what we personally, some personal goals of ours and stuff. And I think one thing that we've discussed that'll be fun is we're gonna look back at some of the OG episodes, and we're gonna do a little bit of a revamp,
Yep.
maybe a little retelling, or maybe our opinions even have changed based on
Exactly.
those old episodes. So we're gonna be doing some. What do you want to call them? Revamp seems like a good.
Revamp, I think, is a good thing because like our opinions have changed. We've gotten better quality. I've deep dived into anime and manga more. You've read more
Yep.
novels. Like so much more Star Wars, Marvel content has come out.
So it'll be good to compare.
You never know.
Be good to compare those old to then our new opinions of those episodes. And as always, you can look forward to more anime of the month. Obviously, we're going to have the Crunchyroll awards that'll come up.
Manga
we're gonna have
sales.
big Marvel movie. I don't know if you heard of it.
Big Marvel,
Some-
big Avengers movie,
got
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
We
so-
got Clayface. We got
There's going to be a
Supergirl.
lot of stuff. So
One Piece.
stay
Season
tuned for
2,
all of our
it's coming.
reviews. And also every Monday, MCU.
Marvel
currently.
Mondays.
Currently going through all of the
Are you
MCU
watching that?
in
If
release
not, why
order.
aren't you watching it?
You should be
You
watching
should be watching it. It's only 15 minutes of your day. What's
it.
Connor
Except for
and
the
I?
first couple of episodes.
Everything was fun, too.
Yeah. If you're new to it, the first two.
Yeah, it's all right. But it's a fun time.
It's a fun time.
It's a fun time. But anyways, thank you guys so much for the continued support. And Happy New Year. What are some
Happy
of your
New Year.
news resolutions? Let us know.
Put them down in the comments.
And we'll see you next year.
That's crazy. We'll see you
We'll
in
see you next
2026.
year. All right. Bye.
Bye.
TNMP, the Nerdy Misfit Podcast. Don't forget to join the island by dropping a follow. Thank you. And see you next week.